Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation, and today we're doing a quick how-to with our doubled-in aftermarket radio that we've already had installed. Most times with most manufacturers with the touchscreen, the AUX and USB input are actually on the back of the radio. Nowhere can they be found on the front of the radio. So you have to be strategic in the way that you run the USB and AUX input so you can access them without seeing that it's cluttered. A lot of the time you'll see them in the glove box or hang out below the dash. We're going to show you using a cool adapter here, this AUX USB flush mount adapter, where you can bring the convenience of those inputs, relocate them anywhere, and then these ends will plug into the back of the radio. Again, your radio has to have an AUX and USB input generally on the back of it for this little tip and trick to work. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we have the other end of the USB extension. Generally these come with the radio, and it's kind of hanging out here. It's getting pinched between the panel and the actual center console here. Other places it may be in the inside the glove box as well. So rather than this and having this hang out, we're going to go ahead and remove this cable and install this one in its place. This video is sponsored by HideFlex.com, your go-to place for great fitting shorts that are comfortable and don't suck. Pick yourself up a pair of Stretch Flex Hero shorts and get 15% off at checkout with coupon code ProvoBeast. We'll go ahead and get this thing open. And what this kit comes with is the actual cable itself, a couple adapters, a couple of tightening nuts, a mounting plate, and some screws. Now first, looking at our wiring here, this one's a meter long, or about 3 feet. Here specifically we have our 3.5 millimeter input, our aux jack, and the actual USB itself. Generally speaking, the diameter of this inner part here is about the size of a cigarette lighter. So if you pop the can out, or the socket from a cigarette lighter in the car, a lot of the time this will pop right in its place, and that's what we're going to do today. If you didn't have a cigarette lighter to use, you can use the mount, and essentially here with the mount, wires would pop on inside here. This would go in nice and flat, and then you go ahead and you can put the cap on is a feature as well, or go ahead and put a nut on. Now there's two styles of nuts, just kind of depending on the application. This one or this one. We'll go ahead and throw this one on. You feed the wires all the way through the nut. And let's say this was mounted up underneath the dash. If we put that in there, kind of line it up, and then you would just twist the nut on the back, just like so. What that's going to do is give you a nice AUX and USB flush mount, whether it's underneath the dash, in the replacement of a cigarette lighter, or you drill a hole and mount this yourself. Whatever your application, this little part, for us it was about 10 bucks off of Amazon. Made it super easy, it looks nice and clean and professional. Let's go ahead and get this thing installed. Okay, so after we've gotten that in there, we threaded it up through, right up here on the side. The USB input there, as well as the aux input. Everything's hooked up. Okay, at this point, we're all connected to the radio. We're gonna reassemble the dash, and then pop this pocket right back on in. There's our new plug right there. Plenty of length there. We're just gonna go ahead and pop that on in. Here's our aux and USB input, all nice and flush mounted. Makes it super easy and simple to go ahead and plug into the radio. Now the nice thing is, these type of flush mount adapters, they also come in dual USB or USB and HDMI. There's other variations available on Amazon, and again, we picked ours up for about 10 to 15 bucks. If you have any questions about this quick install, just go and post a comment below. Thanks guys for watching the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.